No.
Or the veterinarians
No,
here today?
we did not have vets there while we were getting animals. Like, it was not something that, it was something that was told to me that they were going to get, but I didn't see anybody there while I was there myself. So no, I don't remember seeing a vet at all. I could tell you a lot of fish died before that, though.
Made you say this is not a place I live.
Well, besides the terrible animal abuse that was going on, they were really bad with their workers too. I mean, like, it was not good things. It was a mixture of the fact that, like, the workers themselves were not really getting treated the way they should have if they were going to be taking care of animals like we're supposed to be, and the fact that you had like hundreds of fish dying on a weekly basis. Yeah, like it had to have been. Like, I'm not even sure exactly how much.
And what did they do to dispose of them, or did they report them?
No,
I
they
believe
didn't
they're supposed to
report
report the death.
They were put into a giant freezer in the back room, and I'm talking like a freezer that it's probably about 9 feet long, and they were just wrapped up in garbage bags and put in there with a padlock on it, and no one was allowed access to anything. Every day I would go in there and we would be taking more dead fish out, and no one was listening to anything that anybody that knew what they were doing there was saying, and we're kind of just like, yeah, we'll get it done.
So it was a rush to open.
Rush to open. No. I mean, if you have new enclosures, you need to let them cycle for like months before you even introduce anything alive. You have to let the microfauna grow. You have to let all of the bacteria grow and allow a stable environment to introduce anything.
And they were not doing that.
No, we had to tell them to put lights on the coral tanks. We got corals and they would just drop them in. There was not heaters in there until I told them to put heaters on the tanks. There was not lights on them until we told them to put lights on the tanks. So I don't know how many of the coral is dead. It was not good. The amount of death that was there was not something that should have been happening. Everything terrible that happened there while I was there, and is probably what's still going on, is very preventative and shouldn't be happening.
It's preventable.
Yeah, it's preventable. I mean, do it properly.
Right.
Especially if you have the means and the money and supposedly the knowledge, which they don't. I've also seen that the person whose brother was the what his name was?
Amon Convino?
Yeah, he was there.
He was there.
Yeah.
That was my next question.
He was
Tell
not
us
supposed
more.
to be. He was telling people to do things without even being part of the system. He didn't introduce himself to anybody. I didn't know who he was.
How did you find out who he was?
I was told to just do what he's telling you to do because he's the CEO's brother.
Okay.
And when I realized that, I didn't.
And do you know that he's not supposed to be
Oh, yeah.
any
Yes.
involvement?
Yes, I do.
But he was involved.
He was involved. He was there. He was in the back.
He was giving instructions.
He was giving instructions. He was telling me everything that I was doing with the filtration systems was wrong, and I needed to fix it, even though it wasn't.
Right. And what was his attitude towards it?
I don't really think he just seemed like he just went there to get a job done. He wouldn't, like, I don't think there was any kind of like legitimate emotional involvement in anything. I think really his main priority of being there was just like, all right, well, I'm just going to come here and get this done because, my brother needs money or whatever.
Okay.